Welcome to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and Attention Coach, 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒. On this channel, I try to talk about ADHD, talk about what I've learned from mental health professionals, talk about stories of people that I've helped, things that have worked for others, etc. Really just kind of stimulate your thoughts, insights, and to help you solve problems. Today, I'm here a little bit different. I'm just sharing my personal opinion. This is based off of nothing other than my general thought process. So I'm not so sure I'm right, but I feel compelled to share this because I think it really makes a lot of sense, at least me personally. This is about ADHD and relationships. I have a philosophy. I had it for years because I kind of have watched people over the years do different. They have kids or they build houses. In fact, I saw my parents trying to build a house. You want to talk about fights? Woo! Oh my God. Anything, a color of a room or where a light socket goes can become huge. Anyway, so here's my thought. You can love somebody, but that doesn't mean that you can live with them. All right? You can love somebody and live with them, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you should have kids with them. All right? You can love somebody, you can live with them and have kids with them, but that doesn't mean you should build a house together. Now, if you can build a house together, you can do all that stuff because that's a higher level of consciousness that you guys kind of get around. I think all too often people with ADHD in relationships sometimes jump into them and they feel this urge and they don't really think about around them and their mate and are they really compatible, particularly when it comes to style. Some people with ADHD have working memory challenges and they have to leave things out in order to remember them. If they put them away, it's out of sight, out of mind. If you're going to live with somebody who if anything out is a to-do and that's mental clutter, you got a style problem. You're going to be, because you're not going to be able to put things away and function, and they're going to be overwhelmed by the stuff that's leaving out unless you design your environment to coexist. I've been in a relationship where that happened before, where, okay, this room is yours, this room is mine, etc. And then as you get higher and higher, like again, to the house level, it gets a little bit more complicated. And so this is really just a self-awareness video, is that if you're in an ADHD relationship and you're smitten with somebody, you know, sometimes you got to pause and really think about kind of what's going on and should I make that decision based off of what I know. I've had some people with ADHD who've gone to have kids, and, you know, if they really thought about their situation, they've got a spouse that's perfect, that was going to work great for them. Other times there's a conflict of style and it's only going to get a little bit worse down the road. And so I encourage you, if you're an ADHD person or with somebody in that relationship, to begin to pause and think about this hierarchy. Again, you can love somebody across the board, but these are levels of complexity that bring in more need for executive functioning, and more style issues can come in conflict. The higher you go, the higher level of communication there needs to be. And my personal feeling, communication isn't about saying stuff to somebody else, because a lot of times communication is you're going to agree to disagree. But you've got to work around that space. Okay, we agree to disagree, but how are we going to coexist? As opposed to a lot of times, I think people, when they say we communicate, that means you need to agree with me, which is a little bit different. It's a whole nother video. But anyway, again, this could be a throwaway for a lot of you. This is just my thought. Maybe it helped one or two people out there. That'd be great. But hopefully it was worthwhile. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. We release stuff each week, a little bit different than today. If you've been listening to my channel, watching, interested in your thoughts, maybe your experience on what I just said. And, you know, we provide this information out there for the general public, free of charge. We certainly appreciate contributions to our cause by hitting the thanks button. So with that, we hope you've enjoyed this edition of Attention Talk Video. Take care.